Let me begin by reading Numbers chapter 20, verse 1 through 13. So Numbers chapter 20, beginning in verse 1. The entire Israelite community entered the wilderness of Zin in the first month, and they settled in Kadesh. Miriam died and was buried there. There was no water for the community, so they assembled against Moses and Aaron. The people quarreled with Moses and said, "If only we had perished when our brothers perished before the Lord. Why have you brought the Lord's assembly into this wilderness for us and our livestock to die here? Why have you led us up from Egypt to bring us to this evil place? It's not a place of grain and figs and vines and pomegranates, and there is no water to drink." Then Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly to the doorway of the tent of meeting. They fell face down, and the glory of the Lord appeared to them. The Lord spoke to Moses, "Take the staff and assemble the community. You and your brother Aaron are to speak to the rock while they watch, and it will yield its water. You will bring out water from the rock and provide water for the community and their livestock." So Moses took the staff from the Lord's presence, just as he had commanded him. Moses and Aaron summoned the assembly in front of the rock, and Moses said to them, "Listen, you rebels, must we bring water out of this rock for you?" Then Moses raised his hand and struck the rock twice with his staff, so that abundant water gushed out, and the community of livestock drank. But the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Because you did not trust me to demonstrate my holiness in the sight of the Israelites, you will not bring this assembly into the land I have given them. These are the waters of Meribah, where the Israelites quarreled with the Lord, and he demonstrated his holiness to them." What we see here is that the Israelites are now in the 40th year. And we see here that they're in the first month in verse 1, and Numbers 33, verse 36 through 38 show that this is the 40th year. And they have a problem, and that problem is there's no water. And because of that, this led to the people complaining. And they complained to Moses and Aaron, and then Moses and Aaron go and seek the Lord in prayer. And God gives them his word. He gives them his instructions to gather everybody together and to speak to the rock, and he's going to bring water out for the people. But what did Moses and Aaron do? They were almost obedient. They gathered all the people together. They get ready to do this, but instead of speaking to the rock as the Lord tells them to, they're frustrated, and Moses hits the rock. And he says there, "Must we bring water out of this? Must we bring the water out instead of God bring the water?" And so God gives a punishment there in verse 12. And that punishment is that neither one of them will be able to enter the promised land, because they look to themselves and look to glorify themselves instead of look to glorify God. You know, we all have Meribah moments. We all face trials. And when we face trials, oftentimes we're tired. Oftentimes that we have some type of problem that comes our way, or it could be somebody's complaining about us. What should we do? Well, we should do like Aaron and Moses did. We should go to the Lord. We should search his word. We should go to him in prayer. But unlike them, we must also obey the Lord and seek to glorify him and not ourselves. We're all going to have Meribah moments in our life. And so look for those Meribah moments where you can glorify him and obey him. Hope you join me again next time as we continue in the book of Numbers.